Right, apologies for a little bit of a delay there, we're just trying to sort some things out, but without any further ado, we're going to be getting going right into Sonic the Hedgehog on Master System, being run by Phozon. Take it away.
Feedback. Hey, 8-bit Beast, can you mute something? Because there's some feedback.
Yeah, all good.
Alright, cool. Alright, so I'm Phozon, and in call with me from Australia, somewhere, I have the 8-bit Beast.
Hello.
Is Sonic 1, but for the Master System, which is the 8-bit version, and I'll count down, give it 3, 2, 1, go. I realise the cursor's on screen, I'll move it in a second. So, yeah, this is the 8-bit version. It's actually released slightly after the normal 16-bit version everyone knows of Sonic 1. And you can see it's not that broken, as I'm proving right now. But, no, it really isn't like as broken as the other 16-bit versions, where there's loads of level wraps and things. That's the only kind of time we do that, mostly going way off screen. So, the thing about this game, there are signposts at the end, as with most Sonic games. And because we time it RTA instead of in-game time like a lot of other Sonic games, we time it RTA minus bonus screens. I'm going to show off this little zip here if I can get it. I completely screwed it up because I wasn't paying attention. Let me just... There we go. Yeah, since we time it RTA, the signposts spin for longer if you run into them faster. So actually what we want to do when we hit a signpost is something like this, where we slow down on purpose to get the signpost to spin the least amount possible. And then also I've gone over 30 seconds on the in-game timer, so the bonus screen is actually shorter, which helps for RTA, but normally we'd take off the bonus screens. Here comes the first.
It's quite a recent thing that we went from in-game time to real-time minus bonus screens as well. Real-time is much better though.
So, yeah, each zone is 2 levels, then a boss level, and this first boss, you can't hit him in this first stage. You can't quite get to him. He takes 8 hits to kill, and these first 7 are fairly easy, but it's the 8th one that's technically frame perfect. But I have a couple of chances to get it. Like each time I miss it, I lose 1 second. So we'll try and get it. Oh yeah, first try. Excellent. Okay. So that's Green Hill 1, or Green Hill Zone 1, 2, and 3. On to Bridge Zone, which I don't know how well the music is coming through. Probably not that well, but. Ooh, lighting. Yeah.
With Bridge Zone here, probably the hardest thing to manage is your ring count. It's really easy to accidentally get too many rings. And if you get over 50 rings, you go to a special stage, which is going to lose heaps of time. So Phozon's going to try and dodge as many rings as you can.
Yeah, oh, I got that roll bounce off that box there, which lets us accelerate massively faster than we're supposed to.
Yeah, by rolling in the air, as you're rolling and holding right, you can build up speed. So yeah, Phozon was able to get a lot of speed through that zone.
Okay, yeah, that wasn't too bad. A solid 40 rings, nowhere near 50. If you get 50, yeah, there's a whole bonus level that I'd have to play through. The bonus level's fairly short, only takes about 10-12 seconds, but still, obviously we don't want to play another level if we can avoid it. So here we go with this level, and you might have noticed, it's an auto-scroller. So this is like a solid 2 minutes of just running up against the screen. Although I'll really try not to die, because then it'll be incredibly embarrassing. The one thing I can do on this stage, like the only thing to optimize this stage, is to move the camera around by looking up and down. And that keeps objects off of the screen, which would cause lag otherwise. Yeah. Nice relaxing bridge too. What else have we got to say about anything you can think of for this zone? There's a lot of these falling bridge. This bridge coming up, the blocks fall away in this bridge zone. So I look up as far as possible to get them off the screen. Otherwise, they cause loads of lag. Ooh, so did a bit there. Also, they eat your jump inputs as a load as well. It's a running theme with the 8-bit versions of the Sonic games. Jump inputs being eaten. And you may have noticed, I said before I didn't want to collect over 50 rings. So why have I been collecting all of these rings? Well, if I get to 100, then it goes back round to 0. And you get an extra life. So, hopefully by the end of the level, I'll have under 50 rings again, as it were. Alright, almost done with the auto-scroller. Then we're on to Bridge Boss, so there's a bit of a tricky kind of cycle you can get. 1 ring, nice. Perfect. I want my rings to be somewhere like under 10, otherwise the ring bonus on the bonus screen will be longer than the time bonus. And they count down at the same time.
Coming up is Bridge Zone 3 with the boss, and the boss will come up twice, and the normal way is to hit him 4 times the first time he comes up and 4 times the second time. But Phozon's been practicing a 5-3, so let's see how it goes.
That was so close. I can get it though. No, I can't. I lied. Alright, I tried. I thought
You can save a lot of time if you guess where he's coming up, but it's really, really risky to do that.
Yeah, I basically guessed where he's coming up and just about managed to change my angle to where he was, but I'll just go for 4-4 now. Yeah, I think the trouble was I was bouncing slightly too high, that was the problem there. Like, the timing on the first hit was fine, but the bounces were too high.
And the side that he comes up on is random every time, so yeah, you can't really predict it very well in advance. You can actually get a 6-2.
If you're the TAS.
That's pretty much better than me.
Yeah. Talking of the TAS, this next stage, I'll try and go for something which only I go for, which is basically the TAS route for this level. And we'll see if I get it. And if I don't get it, it doesn't lose much time unless I actually die from it, which is difficult. Oh, that was really close. So I got the first half of it, and then I didn't quite get the hardest half of it, which was hitting that crab down there. But that would accelerate me massively through this first half, but now I just do it normally. And the ending of this level, this is basically the hardest level, this one. The ending of this level is also a really tricky trick. And here we go. We're gonna roll off this log, hit this box, not hit this crab. Oh, I hit the crab. Okay, I'm gonna just go back over the ramp. So I should have missed that crab and rolled straight down this ramp. And then it flings you all the way near to the end of the level. Oh no. Okay, I got a checkpoint like halfway through. So what happened there, I guess I'll explain about water speed cap since that's what killed me, kind of thing. If you're holding the direction that you're moving while in the water, okay, that was a bad angle off the ramp, so I didn't want to risk it. Yeah, if you're holding the direction that you want to move while in water, it slows you to 1/3 of your usual speed. But if you let go of any directions before you land in the water, you'll carry on at the speed that you were in air. So I kept holding right for slightly too long while I landed in the water there, and so it slowed me down, so I didn't get the jump I wanted to get. Jungle 2.
This second jungle zone, you have to go up the waterfall, but the camera follows you up, and if you fall down at all and hit the bottom of the screen, then you die. The other kind of annoying thing is that you have to wait for the camera to scroll up, and it doesn't scroll up while you're jumping. And it sort of looks like you could just remember where everything is and just go up off the camera, but some of the platforms don't actually load if they're off screen, so you do have to wait for the camera.
That was close. Okay, not too bad. I predict a 42.
Pretty good. And yeah, Phozon got rid of his bubble in Jungle 1, because otherwise it would have caused a lot of lag in this level and the rest of Jungle 1.
Yeah, true. I got a shield by bouncing off a shield box in the stage before this, but that causes massive lag as well if you keep it, so I took an intentional hit to get rid of it before then. Jungle boss. These vines eat your inputs everywhere, so I'm trying to kind of remember specific places where... Oh, not quite. To remember specific places where I can jump off them without the inputs being eaten. Okay, I've tried to go for it too many times, I'll stop. So there's a tight little jump you can do off the top of that vine, which is only a couple of pixels you can hit. And all of these bosses in this game are... Oh, this isn't a very good boss fight, but all of the bosses in this game You don't have any rings for, unlike the other games, so you do just die instantly if you get hit by anything. So any of those cannonballs just kill me. I could have been a couple of hits faster on that guy, but that wasn't the worst. I didn't die.
You can bring the shield into a boss level, because shields carry across levels, but that would cause way too much lag that it wouldn't be worth the extra safety.
Right.
So these are the water levels, Labyrinth, probably everyone's favourites. And as Phozon mentioned earlier, water drops you to a third of your speed. So he's going to be trying to do lots of rolls underwater to sort of build up a bit more speed. And
Oh, I thought I was going to hit that. Yeah, these spikes are... We don't know when they're going to be up or down when we start the level. We think they're on the global timer, so it's kind of random. That's an important damage boost right there. And here's something interesting. Up we go. So yeah, you just get Sonic crushed in between that platform and the ceiling, and the game looks upwards until it finds somewhere he's supposed to be standing again. And we did it without a bubble. Yeah, that damage boost through that enemy is very important, because defeating that enemy normally takes a million years. Like, I'm not even sure I know how anymore.
Coming up is the start of Labyrinth 2, and as I mentioned before, that if you are going into the water and you hold the direction you want to go, it'll cut your speed by down to a third. But when he lands in the water at the start of this level, he's going to keeps his speed coming into it by letting go of the defense.
Okay, and you want to say about the tasks? What you do in the tasks on this level?
Yeah, so in a tool-assisted speedrun, which is like a theoretical perfect run without human reaction times and restrictions, there's a method to actually skip this entire level, where you go off the left side of the screen really fast, so fast that you underflow and come out the right side of the screen. But no human will ever pull it off, so we're stuck doing this level normally, but it is a really good level to see, so it's good. And it's quite a scary level with the air situation.
Nah, it wasn't. I skipped the bubble. Actually, I don't want the bubbles on screen at all. I'd rather no bubbles spawn, because they do cause a bit of lag. Okay, that was the best level so far. That was a good Labyrinth too. And then we have the Labyrinth boss coming next, which is like a slow underwater fight, but the first two hits of it in the cycles that I go for, you can do various different cycles as he comes up in different places. The first two hits are really dangerous because the amount of bounce you get off him, and it's always really low, so you can only just get back onto the ledge afterwards. You'll see over here. Oh, that might have been a bit late. Oh yeah, okay. Awkward place to die because now I have to climb all the way up in slow motion water. Yeah, and then he also fires bullets as you're going back, so you have to get back fast enough before the bullets hit you as well. Oh man, okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm tapping jump too lightly, so I'm only getting a slightly lower jump than normal. That's awkward. I've like not done this boss a different way for ages, so I'm gonna do it this way. That should be better. Oh man, okay, well, hopefully I don't run out of lives, because that's the game over. I'll have to use some backup save state or something. Yeah, 4 lives left. Man. I knew this was going to be an awkward part of the run, but that might be a bit high now. I might get hit by the bullets. Alright, I'm going to have to go for one hit in the middle, because I'm not losing any more lives. This is really bad.
Probably the safe way to do this boss is to only hit him when he comes from the sides rather than the bottom, because you do barely get a bounce at all when you jump on him down the bottom. But yeah, when you're going for really competitive times, you really want to be able to hit it on the bottom at least once or twice.
I lied, I gave it one more go, I got it. I finally got it. And then you get 3 hits on each side. This one's a bit tight on the side. There we go. And then also for each boss fight, the screen only unlocks a certain time after he flies off. So you try and run at the edge of the screen exactly as it unlocks to save the most time, so you don't have to accelerate from stop to the edge of the screen instead. Okay.
Coming up is Scrap Brain 1. It's quite a short level, and it has some interesting stuff with the timing method in this category. So, as we mentioned before, we're using RTA minus time bonus, which is pretty much not caring about how long the score screens are. And now Phozon's probably going to get around 30 seconds of this level. If he gets under 30 seconds, it would be actually faster for him to wait until he had 30 seconds so that he had a shorter time.
I'm definitely getting over 30 seconds now because I shouldn't have rolled off that platform because that lightning can start at slightly different times and normally you can get past it. But yeah, 31 or something. But then we get shorter bonus screen, so faster for marathon. Otherwise I would have got 29, maybe 28 if I'm very lucky. But...
So with the timing method that we use now, you do just get to the end of the level as fast as possible and you don't worry about the bonus screens. But if we just went for pure real time, we would be sort of waiting around until 30 seconds in that level.
Yeah. Except for the signpost strats where you land on the signpost slowly. Alright. His level with intentional death in it later, so I'm going to take a hit here. Oh, that's actually really slow. I should have just kept going. The fire was just disappearing as I got there. I'll take a hit there to get rid of my rings, and then later I can take it to immediately die so that I don't have to wait for it to lag around with enemies on screen while I'm getting rid of the rings. Here's a 4-frame trick. Yes, got it. Okay. So I have to hold exactly the right time while I'm falling down that drop to be able to skip some of the level there. And then here's the intentional death because we use that switch to open that door. Luckily I have enough lives, I didn't like lose all my lives before. I use that switch to open that door, and then instead of going all the way back around the level to go through that teleporter again and get to this door, I just die there and respawn back at it. Oh, these slopes eat the inputs quite a lot. Okay. Exciting boss level coming up. If you want to say anything about that. Right. Also,
Skybase 1, very,
yes,
very
yes,
difficult level. We got these thunder cycles to deal with and cannons to deal with. The thunder cycles.
This is next level. This next level.
Yeah. This isn't it.
Yeah, this
Sorry,
level. You might as well talk about next level during this level because I was being sarcastic earlier. It's not. There's a boss fight, kind of. I mean, you get to see Robotnik, but other than that, it's just a maze. And here he is. Just as fast as Sonic, he can run away. And then you have to wait 8 or so seconds for him to, you know, go up there and follow him. And that was good. First try. Got the boss fight.
Is this a good time for a donation? Alright then. We have a £10 donation from Phyrexus, whose message simply says, "Hello?" Thanks for making me read that on stream. For all 29 people to hear. Thank you very much.
So what I was trying to do there at the start of that level is... Oh, that was really close. I was trying to go up the start of that level so fast I could get a fast cycle on these lightning turning ons. But I have to wait for a couple of them now, since I didn't quite get up there. Well, I missed a jump up there at the start. This is the biggest case of RNG in the next level coming up. And it's the second last level, so we're almost to the end. So there are these cannons that start facing in a random direction and fire bullets that kill you instantly because you have no rings. So I'll try and see where they are and improvise. I can run under this one. I can jump up there. Oh, I'm not dead. Okay, good. Now I'm dead. Yeah, that last one was facing in a really awkward direction. I should have just waited behind it, but that would have taken ages with the lag that the bullets cause anyway. So this is probably about the same time if I'd waited behind it anyway, as long as it's not in a terrible position again. Yeah, I'll have to wait for this bullet. And then there's a shortcut over the rest of the level here, so luckily we don't have to do the rest of that level. I'm not sure if that's intended or not. It doesn't look like it because Sonic doesn't like leave the rolling animation. Alright, so it comes down to the final boss. We're going to try and do this clip into where you're not supposed to be in the boss kind of tube that he's hiding in. And to get a load of hits in. It might take a couple of tries, I have no idea, but Yeah, we'll see.
You basically jump in him when he's blinking.
That's good, yeah.
And you can go through.
Okay, and then I need to get enough hits before this... Oh, that's a weird cycle. Before this lightning comes back. I can't stay in here because that orange thing comes down and kills me, so I have to jump out and clip in again now. And there we go. Okay, time is coming up hitting this teleporter, and... time.
Very nice. That was a final time of... 1937.
The 8-bit version. We got speedrun.com page. I think it's speedrun.com/s1sms, and you can find all of our details on there on us on the leaderboard. And the 8-bit Beast has a great guide, like really in detail guide going through with the tasks helping as well. Yeah. Anything else you want to mention?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, just search Sonic 1 Master System on speedrun.com. That's where all the info is.
Cool. Thanks for